Hello merseybeet lovers, and welcome to another plot tour vlog.
What date are we today, Phil?
I don't know.
21st of December, day after winter solstice.
Yes, basically it's the shortest day of the year today, is it? Or was it yesterday?
No, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
It normally goes between the 20th and 21st.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So
we're going to have a look around the plot. It's December, obviously, just before Christmas, and we're going to see what's growing, what's not growing. Well, let's see what we've got here.
And it's pretty cold, isn't it? It's damp and wet.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to start in the greenhouse and see what's going on here. Onions from seeds. Well, not much happening here. Some of them have died off. Some of them have survived. I've not had much success with them really. But I think I'll be planting some more in the spring because I don't think there's enough there that's going to justify a crop. Yeah, so Italian giant parsley, they need planting out somewhere. Various endives and lettuces here, and some more seedlings there. Corn salad and American landcress in the far distance. So these are overwintering Holland late cabbage. Holland late cabbage, and some pak choi here that's looking a bit leggy. I'll just turn them around for the sun. So, not much is growing at this time of the year. It's a combination of lack of light and the cold. So things are pretty dormant. Apart from, of course, the garlic, which is coming up really nice. The first time we've grown garlic in the greenhouse. So we're going to see how that goes. That looks looking brilliant at this time of year. If you compare it with the stuff we've got growing outside, it's doing very well. Lamb's lettuce, we're going to save that till to cut in the spring when it's a bit bigger. Some of it's going to flower, but that's not too bad. Chicory along here, which aren't very big at the moment. We've got some mixed mustard greens here. There's not much on them at the moment. Some spring onions growing there. Great. And this polycarb's holding up pretty well to the winter. We put some plastic on here to secure the sides, some UV greenhouse plastic, just to tape to secure it against the wind. But all in all, we've had some winds and stuff, and it's kept it quite watertight and cozy for our little plants growing here. Outside the greenhouse, and we've got this. This is a new acquisition that we put on this raised bed at the side of the greenhouse. It's basically an old rabbit hutch, and there we go. It's got a bit missing out of it there. It's like we're gonna get another piece of this to replace it. Basically, we found it on a skip. We were going out for a walk the other day, and we saw this sitting on top of a pile of rubbish on a skip. So we went into the house. We knocked on the door of this house and said, could we have your rabbit hutch? So we've got this, which we're going to use as a brassica cage, for growing brassicas and anything that may be affected by pigeons eating it, as it were. So that's a nice thing to have. we can always do with protection from pigeons, can't we? Kohlrabi still pottering on. Not much growing really at this time of year. It's that time of year really when things go very dormant, and these are runner beans need sorting out, so this all needs stripping down and composting now. It's a time for looking for jobs to get the plot ready for the spring really. Here we've got some bamboo that I lifted up the roots a while ago, just left it there, but I'm going to cut that up today, and I'm going to take it back home and put it in pots because I'm using it as a screen at home. You can see where I've cut it from. This bamboo, I don't know why we ever planted it in the ground, because it's just caused one hell of a problem later down the line. About 11 years later, and we're in a real problem trying to remove the thing now. So it's a matter of tidying up foliage and taking stock for the coming spring. Broad beans are coming up nicely. Some of them have failed. I think we've been plagued by mice. We found a few mouse holes in this raised bed, and I've got no objections to mice as long as they don't run off with every seed that you plant. But yeah, so broad beans. It's always good to see broad beans growing at this time of year. Next to it, oh, look at this. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Shop bought garlic supermarket from Lidl, basically. So we've just taken some garlic bulbs, separated them out, put them in here, and they're coming up. A treat, every single one of them. So anybody who says that shop bought garlic don't grow, well, yes, they do. So there we go. These raised beds need sorting out. Need to get this, tackle this before the spring, absolutely. These are some bulbs that I've dug out of the strawberry bed, which is next door here. And I've just started sorting out the strawberry bed. I've still got this bit to sort out here, but this bit more or less done. We've had what looks like a fox digging for bulbs there in that hole. So I'm just in the process of doing that. I'll do that as quickly as possible, and every time we can get down here. It is true that winter is a time for sorting out stuff that you can't do in the summer, so it's about pottering around really and seeing what needs to be done. This is our veg box. So let me just secure this. Our veg box with mixed oriental greens in there. So some have been eaten by slugs on them, just noticed. But we've got mustards and pak choys and various things growing up. We've had a few crops from these already. We planted these in October. But hopefully we'll get more of a harvest from these as as spring approaches. Now we're in the darkest day of the year. Everything should kind of like as soon as the nights start drawing out, that should be a trigger for things to start growing again, hopefully. That's how it usually happens, but in this year of Brexit and COVID, who knows? It's crazy. Tonight we've got a conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, by the way. If you've got a clear sky, I hope some of you have seen that. We can't see it here, it's been raining all day. These are our leeks. Here, tornado, and we planted them a bit late, but normally we're cropping leeks at this time of year. There's George Harrison on the plot there. That was taken in 1962 on his father's plot, which actually wasn't too far away from where we are now at Harthill. I'm going to do a vlog on that. You know, you may be wondering, perhaps some of you who are new to the channel, why we are actually called merseybeet gardening. Well, we're going to do a few videos in the new year, which is going to explain the exact reason why we are called merseybeet gardening, and our connection to the Beatles and to Liverpool music as a whole. So that might be an interesting thing to stay tuned to. We'll let you know when that's going to happen. A few months ago, I started painting the shed, repainting it. It's had a few paint jobs over the time, and we've decided to go with this kind of like seaside chalet look about it. We're going to put poetry on it, which is going to look spectacular when it's done. I've just started re-roofing the felt on the top as well, because we've had a leak inside. I'll just have a look inside. Don't know if you can see. Catherine's just collecting some manure here. We got a delivery of manure from the local stables, and so we're just mixing it with our compost bins, which is useful, isn't it, this manure?
Yeah, I mean, it'll pay to maybe get a mound and cover it for another year or so.
Yeah.
It's quite well rotted, so usually about 2 years you cover it.
Yeah.
And get a nice consistency out of it.
But it's a good thing to mix with your compost anyway.
With your compost and your greens and your browns, yeah. And it helps the breaking down process as well.
Yeah. Great.
So you're showing the people, Phil?
I am showing the people, Kath. Carry on. You're the only one doing any work, aren't you?
I know. I'm the only one who ever does any work around here.
Listen to that.
I've got willow to coppice there.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh no, you've been doing it, haven't you?
Yeah, I see all the strands and branches there, the petals.
Oh yes.
And I've got a fair bit more to do.
Yeah.
So
that's looking great. They'll make some great walking sticks with them and various things.
We do. Because we haven't coppiced it in about 3 seasons.
No, I know.
So it's allowed the petals to really bulk out.
Yeah.
So they could make lovely walking sticks, actually.
Yeah. I think the thing with willow is that if we're using it on the plot to make these structures and
you need usually to let it dry out first.
Yeah, so they don't take roots.
Because they will root really easily.
So really basically make sure that the wood is dead wood rather than live wood, because if it's live, it's going to grow again, isn't it?
Just let them dry. I mean, they're old willow stacks.
Yeah.
Which we've given over to bugs and insects now.
Yeah, because they were left, weren't they, for a while, and they've gone a bit brittle and unusable.
They're a haven for insects.
Yeah, they are actually, yeah.
And ladybirds will hibernate in them.
Yeah.
You get all sorts of critters in there. But
you do, don't you?
Those, like we said, they need to be allowed to dry out and then used. Because that's many, many years old. It must be over 20 years old, that.
Yeah.
We got that from another plot holder many years ago. We got about...
This one here?
The willow.
With the bag on?
The golden willow over there.
Oh, I see, yes. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, this is the hazel.
That's the hazel.
That's the hazel. And that needs coppicing as well.
Which is useful for building things.
Bean pearls and all
and this one has just got... if we leave it anymore, it'll grow into a tree, won't it?
Yeah, well, it usually gets annually coppiced, but they do recommend only every 2 to 3 years anyway.
Yeah.
With hazel,
you can see these coppice stumps here.
3 to 5 years.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, usually. But these haven't been done for about 3 seasons,
Yeah.
so they can be done.
So they all need doing.
But that was only 5 stumps where you can see.
Yeah.
They were tiny. They were about 3 inches tall.
Yes.
When we got them given to us by another plot owner.
Yeah.
And they've been really useful over the years.
Yeah. You can use it for everything, can't you? Sort of like
you can use it for
willow
like
and hazel. It's very useful on the plot,
using it
isn't
with hazel and wrapping it round in between to make wigwams, and you can use it for fencing.
It's a replacement for like shop bought bamboo and stuff like that. It's kind of like, it's more rustic as well, isn't it?
And the colours are lovely as well.
Yeah.
And you can make coverings as well for maybe your brassicas and various things.
Yeah.
Willow domes and things.
Yeah.
So it's very
I've
versatile.
noticed your leaf pile here.
Yeah, that's rotten down.
That's
quite
a new
good.
thing that you've introduced this year, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we normally do collect leaves, but we just tend to mound them and cover them. Yeah. But yeah, getting a few more of these would be useful.
Yeah.
Just to keep them in, and ideally that should be covered over.
Yeah.
So we have got a slack on that somewhere.
But it's nice for mulching and mulching the ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
The willow.
It's good.
The willow.
Come on, Phil.
The leaves.
The willow.
Right, I'm going now.
Get with it.
Okay. You can see, like, it's like a wood, a rustic wood collector's yard here. Yeah, there's all kinds of wood in various.
Phil, it's an insect hibernatory oasis.
Is it?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of wood in various stages of manufacturing and processing. Yeah. Here we've got our mound. This is like where we've, over the years, we've sort of like dumped stuff there. Basically, that needs sorting out really, and that backs onto the park. So we're going to sort that out. Yes, feature on the good bits.
On the good bits, please. Thank you.
Okay. This is a wheelbarrow, a rickety old wheelbarrow that's full of willow scraps. That's the best way I can describe it, as willow scraps. They're very colourful though, they're very nice, not these reds and oranges and yellows.
If you keep them and mound them up, everybody's got spare pots or should have spare little spaces on their allotment. Mound them up and they make great overwintering hibernatory places for lots of lovely little insects that are always very good for your plot. So look after your insects and they look after you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. So where does this manure come from, Kath?
It used to come from Beechley Stables, which is just down the end here. But I think they get it from a different stables now. So we got it from there for years, and usually if we run low, we can just go down with a couple of wheelbarrows to the
stables.
Stables, just a few
So
yards
that's
away.
like a stables.
It's a centre for disabled riders, for mostly kids, really, mostly children, and it's part of the local council authority, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, it's good stuff, isn't it?
But it still needs to rot down further.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, fully rotted as it should be.
Yeah. But it's useful for us gardeners, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
There's a couple of options you can use. We use various things. We use green manures as well over the years, don't we?
Yeah, our own compost.
Like our own compost and field beans, green manure, Phacelia. There's lots of different ones you can get.
Yeah. Which
nourish and condition the soil and give it all the nutrients it needs over winter, and then you dig it in spring.
Lovely. Carry on.
Sodden at the moment, so it's really heavy.
Right, I'll just take you down here. You see how we're using the compost? We're putting it on some on beds and stuff. It's quite fresh, but it's hopefully by the time next spring comes around, they would have broken down somewhat. That's the plan, anyway. Yeah, our shed, like I said, it's been painted. The only thing that's left for painting is this box. It was a box of horrors, but we've actually cleared it out now, and I'll show you that next time in a vlog. And it just needs painting. I've started painting this side, which you can just see there. Again, the stripy theme, different colour stripes, and we'll just need to do this bit. So we need some dry weather really to start that. These trellises here, I'm going to stack, but a job this this winter is to paint the other side of them, and just to kind of like restore them a bit more. Like I said, these are going to come down. We're going to bring them down, and all in all, things are ticking over nicely here at the plot. And we can see it's looking not too bad for this time of year. Wonder how your plot's doing, what you're growing in your part of the world. If you're doing anything interesting, it's in where you live, let us know and leave a comment below perhaps, and you know, tell us how you're getting on. So I hope you've enjoyed our little tour of the plot today. Yeah, let us know how you're getting on in your part of the world. It's, you know, this December, like you say, not much is growing, but what is growing is fabulous. It's nice to see anything growing. Yeah,
it's a huge amount of greens growing.
We've got children screaming in the park. I hope you can hear them. Yeah, they just want attention, don't they?
They're still growing.
They just want to appear on YouTube. Yeah, they're very much growing. Yeah, so yeah, let us know how you're getting on. how are you coping with these lockdowns? What tier are you in?
Yeah, and the additional tiers in London at the moment.
Yeah, it's going crazy, isn't it? But one thing that has really saved us all, and I think everyone will agree with this, is the gardens and the allotments.
Nature.
And nature, and our back to nature thing. Is
just remember that
saviour.
Nature is a big thing, and we need to look after it.
We do, don't we?
We need to care for
nature.
I'm too tired.
Wise words from a very wise woman.
No, I'm just saying we need to be very focused at the moment on nature, and it not only does it help improve people's well-being, but we have a responsibility to the planet to keep the planet well, as well as ourselves.
Well,
that's
we
what
look
I meant
after the
to
planet.
say.
We look after ourselves, don't we?
Yeah.
So,
and the planet's far bigger than us, mate.
Yeah. So from our plot here in the shadow of John Lennon's old school.
Over there.
Over there.
No. Over there.
Over there. Over there. It's thanks for watching our video, and we hope to see you very shortly. Okay. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
And Gary Crimbo and
a Merry Rudolph.
A Merry Rudolph.
And a hopeful and bright new year in 2021. Okay. To one and all.
Yeah.
And
please subscribe.
All for one.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
See you soon.